Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Invest for More. We're back at the tiny laundromat in Kersey, Colorado. We're going to see if there's any money in the machines. Last week was a really good week. We'll see if that continues or if we go back to our horrible weeks. The weather is not good for Fun Car Friday, as you can see, so we've got the truck out. And we've had a lot of bad Fridays lately. We had a foot of snow the Friday before last. I don't think this area got that much snow, but we did in Greeley, just about 10 miles to the west. So we'll check all of that out, see what's in the coin machine, and we'll talk about improvements we are making right now. So I know I've been talking about improvements for a long time. They are in progress, finally, but things always go so much slower than you hope they would. Here's the money I'd already collected earlier this week from the laundromat. Again, I don't really need the change machine to do it. It's just for effect, especially when you have 4 5s. But it's just showing how much we had. Is like $120, I think, or somewhere in that range. So not bad, but maybe it's less than that. Once again, we're in the tiny laundromat in Kersey, Colorado, and it's the weekly coin clean out. So we'll see how much money is in here. I have seen people on the cameras again, so that's good. It's dirtier than it has been for a while. We were just here a couple of days ago, did a little bit of cleaning, and it's already very dirty. So sometimes it's clean for a while, and sometimes it gets dirty very quickly. But I might have a new option to clean, and we'll see how that works out. But I've got someone who cleans my other laundromat who actually lives closer to this one than the other one. I had no idea, and they're actually asking about doing some local, I think it's high school laundry here as kind of some charity work. I'm like, yeah, of course you could do that, and we'll try and help out with that too. And so that might be a good option. I'm still waiting to hear back on that. So we'll check the machines, see what's in them, check the change machines, see how they're doing. I think they're both working most of the time. We did have this one jammed because there's a bent quarter in it. So this one doesn't matter if the quarters are bent or not, but this one's a little more finicky, but this one was still working. So while someone lost $1, they text me and I could Venmo them that $1 back. Everything's all good. So we don't see any major leaks or major problems, so that's all good. Still waiting for the laundromat guys to tell me or give me their bid on replacing these. They came out here a couple of weeks ago and looked at them, and then I have not heard back yet. So that's just goes with the territory on all this. But I think they said they fixed this one, but I haven't tested it yet. We don't really need it. We've never had a time where there's so many people in here using all these that we need it, so it hasn't been a huge priority for me. And then I think I need another coin box because I stole that one. So I need to get that as well. No freezes, no frozen pipes. I wanted them to look at the soap machine too. I didn't hear about that either. Someone put up a I buy junk cars post, and some people want to sell their junk cars. Okay. So that's the plan for right now. And this electrical. We are electrical work has started because I mentioned before I want to put bigger machines in here, but we've got to upgrade the electrical. And if we want to put power in the shop behind this building and rent that out, we've got to upgrade the electrical. The electrical started yesterday. So we're upgrading the laundromat first, and then hopefully that'll stop the car wash from tripping breakers. Then we can fix the car wash the right way and then get that going. And we're doing the laundromat first, and then they said they could add electrical and power to the shop because this literally has none right now. Or we can wait until we get a tenant in there and see what kind of power they're looking for, and then do it then, because we could do 60 amp or 100 amp depending on what they need. So we are making progress on that front as well. So while it looks the same, it doesn't seem like we're making a lot of progress, things are actually happening. So let's open up the machines, see what's in them, and then hopefully it's a good day. We're gonna see what's in the change machine for the tiny laundromat in Kersey. We're hoping there's some money in here. This laundromat has struggled. It is not large, it is very tiny, but it did much better last week. So we already collected money in here once. It was like $120 some, not that much. Ooh, probably not a whole lot in here. But there's some. some. This probably is not as good as last week, but we shall see. And yeah, this is the backup change machine in case the other one works. So yeah, this is probably not going to be as good as last week, but we'll see what's in the machines. We are starting with the old dryer that eventually will be gone. I think I say that every week. Not really sure when that's actually going to happen. Like I said, there's some things we can control, some things we can't control. I thought about having my guys, like my, kind of contractors and plumber. Yeah, that's about how that usually looks. Replace these, but they're not that experienced, and I don't want them to mess it up or break something, so I think it's better to have the Laundromat professional installer guys do that. Okay, so we always start with like the worst. That one, ooh. That one is usually very low, but not that low. This one is usually our best dryer. Okay, that's better. It's not as much as last week, I don't think, but it's better than it has been the weeks before that. And this one, okay, again, not as good as last week, but it could be worse. So those are the dryers. Then we'll move on to the washers. We'll do them the opposite direction this time. Come on. There we go. Yeah, that one usually doesn't have that. That's why I'm saying, oops, I'm not in a huge hurry to get that one up and running because I know that we aren't in dire need of the extra washer. Ooh, new washer. That's not that great. That's also not that great. And that is not great at all. So definitely way less than the new washers than we had before. Now we'll check the old ones. And we'll also start with the worst first. Again, if we get some bigger machines installed, which we are in the process of doing, this one on the end will be going bye-bye. But people do actually like it. It's way smaller than the other ones. But it is the cheapest by far. Oh yeah, I also, I need my dryer key. Found someone on the cameras just getting water out of our sink too. So we had that at the other laundromat where a lady was coming in to get, is it not? Oh, it's not that one. This one. Whoops. A lady was coming in to get, ooh, gross. Water from the other laundromat. I had a story about the pipes freezing and stuff. Well, ironically, right after that, it's going in there. I'll have to look at that. A gentleman was in here, just filling up jugs of water, not doing laundry, so I had no idea laundromats were a source of water for so many people. Definitely not very much in the washer. This is our last hope. And it could be the timing too. People have mentioned before, I believe the first of the month is always the busiest, which was last week. And the week after that is usually the least busy, so I guess that's to be expected. Well, we'll still count these, see what we have. and let you know. All right, so it's time to count the quarters, and I'm not excited. I could tell it's less than last week, and hopefully it's not as bad as it was a few weeks ago, because it was pretty sparse. I'll say it again, though, there might be something to the whole payday schedule where people get paid on the first and third week. So it could be this week is just really bad because it's the second week of the month. I'll buy that, and maybe it'll make me feel better. But 235 quarters for the dryers, that's not very good because we were close to $100 last week, and that's like 50 some. So definitely lower than last week, and this is the new washers, sorry. And there was so few quarters in the new washers too. So again, 146. Oof, that's like 30 some dollars. That's not very good. And then this is the old washers, which might have slightly more in them. Did I see a quarter just fly out? Maybe I missed one quarter. That would make this count so much better. But last week there was way more money in the new washers than the old ones, so it's always odd how things change. And there was actually a decent amount of money in the change machines. There was a couple $100. So I kind of thought there would be more money in the machines based on what was in the cash machines, but there just wasn't. So again, sometimes we have odd weeks like that too. We'll see how the new laundromat does. I have not counted that money yet or looked in those machines yet, but I do have an idea of how much cash was in the change machine. And it's over $1,000 so far, and there should be a little bit more to collect. So that's good news. That's good news. But again, it'll be interesting to see what's in the machines. Here is our chart that we always do. And as always, it was doing great in October. That was also when we had the car wash and some of the vending machines and stuff. That helps. The car wash died right about there. So things have not been going as well. Like I said, we're still going to try and get the car wash up and running, but we've got to get the electrical done first. And then we'll see about getting that going again. Of course, if we get the car wash going, then we've got to plow and shovel back there. Of course, if we rent the back office, we should still, or back shop, do that as well. There you go. There is what it looks like. Not good. Haven't had a spike and drop like that yet. However, the very purple lining, that's the wrong terminology, but it's not the worst. So 3 weeks ago was the worst. This wasn't quite the worst, but it still wasn't very good. So I guess we'll see what next week holds. Because payday would be what? Today, yesterday, and we'll see if this holds any merit. Again, we're still waiting for some of the dryers to be installed. That would be really nice. And if we can get some big machines in there, I think that will be really nice as well. I've talked about that too. Right now, the laundromat doesn't have big machines. It's got kind of normal machines people might have in their house. So it caters to people who don't have laundry. If we can get a couple of big machines in there, it can cater to everybody who, has a big, massive load to do and they don't want to do it at home. They've got big blankets, things like that they can't use their home washers for. So if we can add a couple of big machines, it just opens up our clientele to so many more people. So that's really, I think, what we have to do here. Because even if we make $300-400 a week here, it's not really making money. It's not worth doing. Now, I like doing it. The videos actually help a little bit. Social media helps a little bit because people love the laundromats. But I still have the other laundromat too, which actually makes money, and people love that one as well. But if we could get the car wash running, if that brings in 100 a week, which it should be able to do if it's working right and stops breaking because the breakers stop tripping, and we get big machines in there and they can bring in 100, couple hundred more a week, and we get to a point where it's, making $500-600 a week, and you've got a couple thousand, 2,500 coming in, plus you've got 1,000 for rent on the apartment next door, plus you've got maybe 600, 800 for rent in the apartment and back, then it makes money, it makes sense, it's a good investment. And I'd feel a lot better spending time there doing my videos and stuff as well if it's also making money. So I think that's the goal. That's the plan. We'll see. Hopefully this works out. Like I said, the investment in the electrical is about $1,500 to get everything done in the laundry. And then if we want to run it to the shop, I think it's another $2,500. Now our electrician had said, hey, why don't you add another service? So there's separate service for the apartment, separate service for the laundromat. I'm like, we can try that. But anytime we've had to deal with our electric company, it has taken forever, like months and months and months, to do anything with a new service or even repairing an old service. And he's like, no problem. I've done this a lot. We can get it done pretty quick. And a couple days later, he called back and said, okay, they said they don't know if they have enough power to add a new service here, and it will take them 4 to 5 months to figure that out. If they do have enough power to add a new service here, it's another 4 to 5 months after that to get that installed. So he said, I was mistaken. It's not going to be quick or fast. We don't need to go that route. Let's just do this route. So that's the route we're taking. We'll see how it works and goes, and hopefully it makes everything work better. All right, we'll have more videos in this laundromat coming up. Hopefully there's some bigger changes here coming soon, and then we'll have more videos on the bigger, better, fancier laundromat as well. And hopefully that one keeps doing better and better too, because it does make money, like I said, but it also would need to make more money than it is for it to be worthwhile for me to be spending the time on it that I'm spending. All right, love to hear what you think, and we will be back soon.